maybe what was his name? Calendar Man? Is that his name? Some villain from Batman's Rogue Gallery that has to do with the calendar. I don't know what exactly, but that's something that they could bring in. Black Mask, they could bring him in. Um, Clayface even from Superman Rogue Gallery. I say bring in um, Parasite as one.
Well, it's going to be interesting how this whole thing pans out. I mean, you could do a quick little backstory. In fact, I think the first 10 minutes, maybe show Batman fighting a bunch of start off showing Batman fighting a bunch of street thugs and stuff. Then he goes to Metropolis and he meets Lex Luthor. They're in
Oh
a
yeah,
business deal.
oh yeah, and they're that right there. That could be Lex Luthor saying, you know, uh, bringing up something about his tragic past and how's he coping. I guess
Hmm.
maybe.
If they're going to bring a villain from Batman's universe into this film, hard to say which one. Be kind of interesting if threw just a random one in there that we wouldn't see coming, like Mad Hatter.
Yeah. Or what's the other character that's controlled by the dummy character? You know, like you got this old man who is basically being bossed around by this mannequin character.
Oh, the dummy,
Yeah,
the
the
mob
dummy.
dummy. Actually, it'd be kind of funny. It's like they bring Bane in for this film.
Yeah, it's like I mean, Bane was okay in Dark Knight Rises, but I mean, there's certain elements from that character that it was kind of neat, but at the same time, what was up with that voice? Because it sounded a bit muffled, like, well, go after him.
That'd be funny. They bring Bane. I don't know. I think maybe I don't know. It's gonna be interesting how this whole thing is played out. What they're gonna do. I know Lex Luthor is gonna be an interesting villain this time. I'm not even sure. He may not even be a villain. He may be. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be interesting what they do. But anyways, anything else on that topic?
Yeah, pretty much wrapped up with that topic there.
Right,
On,
then
on to the next one.
movies. Then our reviews actually. We'll keep about 5 minutes for these. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
All right then. So I was on Netflix earlier this week, and the movie I rewatched was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Have you ever seen that?
A long time ago when I was a kid.
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually that's a great movie to watch.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yep.
I still don't get the patty cake reference. Like, how is that supposed to be dirty?
It's it's Toontown. That whole place is so whacked out and on drugs that it's I'm not sure myself, but I just find it funny. In fact,
Yeah.
it was funny when I was watching the film with the villain, Doctor, what's his name, Mr. Judge Doom. I love the scene where he's like, "I'm going to build a freeway with gas stations and fast food stands." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is something a Toon would build." Because I just started laughing. Like, that's a Toon, right? That's like that is something that a Toon would come up with. It's like,
Like the only thing I remember about that, well, two things. The coping I feel inside Jessica Rabbit's dress, and you've got like some kind of trap in there.
yeah,
And shoot, I forgot his name. He goes, the guy's name. He says, "A booby trap, huh?" And the other was Christopher Lloyd's character being the villain. I mean, there was something about his character that freaked me the hell out. It scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. It's like it was too creepy. I couldn't look at the screen. I don't know. Now you go back and look at that scene, it's like I talk just like this. I'm like, why the hell did that seem spooky to me as a kid?
Oh,
Huh.
well, I think it's because the scene where he grabs that cartoon shoe and dips it in the dip and kills it. It's just like, yeah, that would give kids nightmares.
I got no. I mean, something that would give kids nightmares is that that film with Fred Savage, um, Little Monsters or something like that. You know, where it's about monsters being under your bed. Nostalgia Critic reviewed it, where literally it's near the end of the film where you're in the underneath world where monsters live, and for no apparent reason, one of the monsters rips a kid's head off and tosses it into a wire basket. I'm like, Nostalgia Critic's like, that's gonna. He said something along the lines of that. That's gonna give kids nightmares.
Yeah, but like this, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I love that movie. That's always a fun one to watch, especially since it's got Bob Hoskins. By far his best role.
And isn't Jessica Rabbit still a sex symbol to this day?
Yeah,
For that,
it was also and Bob Hoskins. I think he's British. I believe. Is he British or is he American? Because when he did that role, honestly, he sounded like he was a New Yorker. It was awesome too because it was they made it take place in 1947, Hollywood 1947. Which like that was a perfect time to make that take place. And honestly, I would love to see a sequel get made with that. With this time it's in our time period, and it's now they have not just cartoons, they have anime characters.
oh, that would be very interesting.
Because there's a great scene in that film. One of my scenes I love is when you have Daffy and Donald Duck duking it out on the pianos. Donald Donald grabs a freaking cannon and launches a shot right at Daffy, which is hilarious.
And you can forget the Betty Boop cameo.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cigar, cigarettes. I need to go back and rewatch that someday.
But yeah, that's a great movie. So anyone who hasn't seen it, go check it out. Did you see something? Any movies you seen
Uh,
or any reviews?
a few days. Well, I haven't seen the Wolverine. I'm still on the fence with that. I don't. Nothing has really jumped out on me to go see that movie. I might watch it. Just haven't decided yet. But the one thing I've seen recently was I purchased Batman Year One. Yeah, I saw it in a store several days ago, so I figured, oh, I don't have this one yet, so I'm looking to build up my DC animated universe. So I picked that one up, and it's a animated film based on Frank Miller's Batman Year One book. I don't know if it became a miniseries or an ongoing series, but yeah, I decided, okay, this one looks good. I'll give it a check it out. Um, the story was pretty interesting, not simply because it's retelling Batman's first year as Batman, but it felt more like a Gordon story, you know, where he really shows the corruption of Gotham City, where he moves to Gotham, and he just hates being a cop. In one scene, he says, I hate the gun, I hate the job, but I do it anyway. I still practice. And the scene where his first day, I believe, on the force in Gotham is there's this other character. I can't recall his name, but he's basically patrolling the area with them, and out of nowhere, it's like the character decides to get out of the car go up to a group of kids and beats the crap out of this kid. He was just standing there minding his own business, and Gordon's like, even you could tell in the scene that he's not happy. It's like he wants to get out of the car and give him a piece of his mind, saying, "What are you doing? Why are you attacking him?" But no, he's like, "No, just make a mental note of this. You know, basically study his methods, what his whole routine of what he does, and then use that against him later." Um, the real redeeming factor well, not I can't say redeeming because there's nothing. Oh, there's one tiny thing which I won't spoil, but with the character development of Gordon, if he happens in the film. But one scene I really enjoyed the most was when they decide to go and interview Bruce, because his partner thinks that, well, Bruce Wayne is Batman. He's a billionaire. His parents were killed when he was a kid. You know, wouldn't that be a logical means of getting these weapons and being able to do what he does? With the weaponry. And they drop by, and I like that throw off perspective of just basically showing Bruce Wayne being an ass to not an ass as in being a prick, but he's in a robe, and Gordon and his wife are there, and he's all charismatic. Oh, he kisses Gordon's wife's hand, hello, and he sits down with this woman. Like, I guess it could be a prostitute. I don't know. And he acts like he's drunk, and you get the impression that he doesn't have any underwear on because he crosses his leg over, basically leaving a wide open view area for the wife, and she looks kind of disgusted, like, oh my god. She looks away, and then you find out he wasn't drunk at all. That it was grape juice, and the woman's like, "You guys are weird." And he goes, "What are you complaining about? That was the easiest $5,000 you ever made." Like, if they could have more elements like that in the team up film, that should be pretty interesting. I mean, heck, they got to establish the character of Clark Kent, and how does that character differ from Superman? But I mean, the action in the animated film is pretty good. It shows how the two characters, Batman and Gordon, how they eventually end up becoming, you could say, friends and depend on each other. In fact, right when the film ends, it's when Gordon becomes commissioner, and he's like, "I'm waiting for a friend." Has info on this vigil is this guy named the Joker, and they imply that he's waiting for Batman. So, I mean, if you haven't seen the film, go check it out. I recommend it.
All right, then. Anyways, I think we'll wrap this up.
Sounds good.
All right, then. You've been listening to the Asha podcast tomorrow, and we will see you guys later. Night.
Night.